about that old show, Doogie Howser. Now let's talk about our U.S. military special operators. And with us now is the co-author of the #1 New York Times bestseller, American Sniper, about the life of Chris Kyle. The book is now a $1 billion Oscar-winning Hollywood blockbuster, available now on Blu-ray disc. Scott McEwen has a new book out. His latest book is called The Sniper and the Wolf. It's a novel, part of the Sniper Elite series, which takes apart real-life stories of our nation's brave soldiers who must do the hard work to keep our country safe. It's part of his stories gleaned from McEwen's own relationship with real-life Navy SEALs. With us now, Scott McEwen. Thanks for being with us, Scott.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it.
Oh, always great to talk with you. Big fan of the book, big fan of the movie as well. Before we talk about your new book, Scott, I want to talk about our special operators. The Wall Street Journal reporting recently that, quote, "These days the sun never sets on American Special Operations Forces." Over the past year, they have landed in 81 countries, most of them training local commandos to fight so American troops don't have to. From Honduras to Mongolia, Estonia, Djibouti, U.S. Special Operators teach local soldiers diplomatic skills to shield their countries against extremist ideologies, as well as combat the skills to fight militants. Now, Scott, we look at this, 81 countries, the sun never sets on U.S. Special Operators. Is this a sustainable model?
Yeah, you know, the bottom line is the 81 you hear about, I'll guarantee you there's double that. Wow. I mean, you know, these guys, what you hear about is what they're going to report, but what's actually going on, I would suffice to say, would be double that.
And so,
and is it sustainable? I don't know. We only have a definable number of these guys, particularly guys at the SEAL level or MARSOC level or Delta level.
Right.
So, I mean, do we have enough guys to do this job? The answer is probably no. But are they doing the job anyway? And the answer to that is they certainly are.
We know they certainly are, and they are out there, and as you mentioned, in ways we'll never even know about. So now we look at these new books you're working on, the Sniper Elite series. Also hearing this has been picked up by Sony Pictures. Congratulations on that. You'll be making another movie. But these are based on your actual conversations with Navy SEALs. Tell us about how accurate the events are in the book. Is this the type of thing where names and places have been changed, and that is all?
Pretty much. We put the lead character in it is a SEAL team sniper by the name of Gil Shannon, and Gil is based on a few different SEAL team snipers I've known, some of which the public has heard of, some of which haven't, but really an amalgamation of all those qualities, all that skill set, everything that goes into making those guys, you know, some of the most lethal fighters, war fighters on the face of the planet. And really, we put him in different scenarios. The last book, we started out with a terrorist that was released from Gitmo, and now we know that 5 terrorists were released from Gitmo, of which at least 3 have returned to the battlefield against the United States. So this one, we start out the story in The Sniper and the Wolf in Paris, with an attack in Paris, and sure enough, we had Charlie Hebdo wipe out an entire newspaper there recently. So I like to keep the subjects very, very current, very timely, as well as the threats I believe we define in the book are very much true.
Yeah, and also in your latest book, it involves a subplot with Russia involved there. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, in the book, we team up with the Spetsnaz. Our lead character teams up with a Spetsnaz operator, and in it, they work together to take down, or to attempt to take down, some Chechen terrorists. The Russians have had their own little problems with the Chechens, not unlike us. We've seen in the Boston bombing and some other events recently. But you know, there's a real terrorist movement out of that country that a lot of people don't realize is kind of metastasizing all over the planet. And you know, one of the things people don't know on a day-to-day basis is you pretty much have to thank the Chechen terrorists for having to go through these body scanners at airports, because they were sewing bombs inside human bodies and detonating them. So that's the reason we have the body scanners that we do at the airports now.
Well, sometimes the line between truth and fiction is very thin, and folks will get that in your book. Good to see you again, Scott. Always a pleasure to talk to you. The new book is The Sniper and the Wolf, available at your local bookstore or on Amazon.com. Check it out.